A motorcycle company teaching an entire town to ride? Roll that intro.
I am Anonymous Biker USA.
Teaching an entire town to ride motorcycles is an ambitious goal, but that's what Harley Davidson did in the summer of 2017 in Ryder, North Dakota, spelled R-Y-D-E-R. Ryder's a farm community known for its grain mills, not bikes. Harley is trying to introduce every willing Ryder resident to motorcycling, with the goal of making it the first town in America where everybody has a motorcycle license. Ryder is small, only 85 residents, but the rural town in the middle of North Dakota has a feisty spirit that keeps it alive through hard times, not to mention North Dakota winters for more than a century. In a nod to Harley's goal, Ryder officials have changed their town's name to Riders, R-I-D-E-R-S, for the 2017 motorcycle season. Riding lessons, free to residents, took place that summer. The mayor, Jody Rinich, said, "We're all fired up to give it a whirl. I got everybody interested, from ages 16 to 75. Ryder is about 40 miles south of Minot, not far from the Missouri River. Harley Davidson executives were smitten with the town's name and its water tower that's a dead ringer for one that Harley has at its Juneau Ave headquarters in Milwaukee. The company looked at towns with names like Freedom and Independence, but chose Ryder for the goal of getting everybody in a town enrolled in Ryder training through the motorcycle group ABATE of North Dakota." Harley officials said, "We looked at the town and said, why don't we turn Ryder into Riders? It sealed the deal when we saw their water tank, mimicking the exact same one we have at headquarters." Harley even repainted Ryder's water tower with the company name on it, and the town had parties and motorcycle riding demonstrations the whole weekend as part of the celebration. Harley will have a stationary motorcycle in Ryder for learning what it's like to climb aboard a big bike and run through its gears without having to go down the road.
Gotten so far.
Oh, it's been phenomenal, and that was part of the reason why we chose Ryder, North Dakota, is because when we showed up, everybody was so supportive, embracing of Harley Davidson and motorcycling.
Ryder symbolizes rural America that hasn't been touched by urban sprawl. The town is surrounded by farms growing wheat, canola, and soybeans. Ryder doesn't have street lights. Some of the streets are unpaved, but it has the heart of a farm town with a grain elevator, a cafe and tavern, a gas station, and a rustabout business that provides workers for oil rigs. The bookkeeper at the grain elevator, Charlotte Smet, said, "We're a nice little town, a nice place to be." A trike rather than a two-wheeled motorcycle caught her eye. She said, "I just saw a little three-wheeled thing coming down the street and thought, yeah, I'd be able to get on that." The mayor, a farmer by profession, has gone door to door to get people excited about Harley's plans. Of all the people he's talked to, he said only one strongly opposed. But he said he's negative on everything. Some of the older residents in town are a little nervous that Harley's efforts and the newly painted water tower could make it a beacon for bikers. The older residents don't want a lot of partying and noisy motorcycles rumbling through town. The mayor said they're afraid of the destructive part of it, but I know the Harley Davidson people are very good. My cousin was one of them. Ryder once had nearly 400 residents, multiple banks, hotels, restaurants, machine shops, and its own newspaper. Most of that was in the early 1900s when the town was on a busy rail line with passenger service. In more recent times, people moved to Bismarck and businesses folded. Ryder town officials are hopeful that the attention from Harley Davidson, the world's largest manufacturer of heavyweight motorcycles, and the marketing powerhouse, could rekindle interest in their town. The mayor said of that summer they had more motorcycle interest in the last 2 weeks than they've ever had before. South Dakota gets a lot of attention from Harley Davidson enthusiasts for its annual Sturgis motorcycle rally. That attracts hundreds of thousands of bikers. North Dakota is much lesser known but has some beautiful scenery and wide open highways. If you're riding a bike here, plan on looking at a lot of farm fields with tractors and combines, said Roger Folden, manager of Ryder's only gas station. About 50 town residents were eligible to take the Ryder training in hopes to get their motorcycle license. And Harley Davidson might take them on a group ride and bring them to Milwaukee for what many tourists do: tour the Harley Davidson Manufacturing Plant Museum. What a great way to end the summer. I couldn't find the outcome of this experiment by Harley Davidson from the summer of 2017, but I thought it was a cool story surrounded by nostalgia and hope to keep Harley Davidson at the forefront in the American motorcycle market. Thanks for watching, and don't forget,
I am the non-bicycle USA.